And we are live from Vegas with Aaron from Colombia.
Sean, what's going on, man? Excited to be here. I've got the show in a couple hours here, so it's gonna be fun, man. Glad you came.
I'm super stoked, man.
Yeah.
That plane ride was a little exciting.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy to be here.
Good, man.
When we landed it's weird. I want to look at you, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We grabbed that bite to eat last night. It was just kind of like the perfect way of landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
It was fun, man. It was fun. We walked around a little bit and feel fresh. I feel as fresh as I've ever felt. I've been doing this show for 20 years. I think this is the first time I've ever done it without a hangover. So that's a good thing, man. I told my wife this morning, she's like, "Oh, you've changed."
Yeah, it's because I wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on last night actually. Yeah.
How's the setup?
Setup's great.
Yeah.
The room looks awesome. The lighting's awesome. The booth looks great. We're gonna make a couple of adjustments this morning, and the setup's great. Everybody's right by us too. We got Nick and Cam, and it's your man Cam, or is it's your boy Roy?
It's your boy Cam.
Yeah,
it's your man Cam.
And they're right across from us. There's Can-Am there, Tape Tech's there, Tape Pro's right around the corner, Trim Tech's. Yeah, we're all right there. It's Murderer's Row.
I called it the cool kids table.
Yeah.
Murderer's Row's.
It's gonna be a fun day, man. I think it's gonna be well attended. It looked like it last night when everybody was walking around. So
yeah, I saw that live with Nick and Caleb setting up.
Yeah,
and I think that made it a little more real. Where it was just like, okay, this is like a real setup.
It's too bad you weren't there for the setup. Actually, it was kind of a fun setup. Like normally, I'm kind of in there by myself, but it felt like everybody was there at the same time, and we were all kind of. Took me 3 hours to set up. It should have only taken 10 minutes, but we were all just chatting. And
yeah. I think if we do this again, I'm taking days, man.
Yeah.
That's my biggest issue is I just fucking focus on work so heavy, right?
Yeah,
and it's like
I get that too.
Okay, I'll leave work, head to the airport, do the thing, and then like Thursday night, instead of staying and partying or whatever, I'm gonna be on a fucking plane at 11 o'clock. Why would I do that?
Next year is Orlando, Disney World.
I mean, I'm all coming. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, man. I'm excited to see everybody. The guys from the three-way are here. I don't know if Royce is here, but I know Steve is.
I saw Steve yesterday.
Yeah,
great dude. I didn't have a chance to meet him at CSR there because we just got so busy, but I met him yesterday and he was awesome, dude.
You're gonna love him, dude.
Yeah. And great product too. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, I love the product, and as a person, Steve's a good guy. He reached out about my YouTube. He gave me about an hour and a half of like, he is a whiz at YouTube.
Yeah. He was telling me about that
algorithm.
He's telling me how he went from like 70 followers to like 7,500, like nothing, or I can't remember what he said.
He showed me the analytics for a month where he focused in and went bang, 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 and he did all these steps, and it just. He understands it, right?
Nice.
Yeah, he spent some time in China. He's a very interesting dude.
Yeah,
totally. Can-Am's gonna be here. Brad Kennedy's here.
Yeah,
I like Brad. I like him.
Yeah. Sure.
We only spent a little bit of time at that new CSR location. Yeah, obviously you've not been there, but have you seen it?
I saw it on just through your guys' videos and stuff, right?
It's super dope.
Yeah.
The whole back end is missing.
Yeah.
So it is just the front end store, and because it is a square, it's like all the different rows.
Okay.
And then compound tubes and flushers and shit have their own row.
So it's kind of like a Home Depot style thing.
Effectively, it is. Yeah. Cool. But if you're a guy that's just running tubes, you don't need to be seeing all the other shit, right? You can just go to the tube aisle, see everything that's available there, and then your Columbia set. Now he didn't have everything there.
I didn't see any Columbia in there though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe
I'm on the outs.
Yeah, no, actually, you're the first. You're the first one when you go down that aisle.
Yeah. I always got to give him a hard time.
Well, I gave him a hard time too. Yeah, at the end of that podcast, Nick wanted me to be like, keep drywalling, and I leaned in and I said, "Bye, Columbia."
Yeah, that was funny.
It was a good time. Yeah, so I'm super stoked for this, man. The food is good already, and
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, this is my first.
Better and better every year lately because, like I said, the community's getting tighter. Like it feels like you already know everyone before you've even met them. I met you one time for a quick handshake in CSR.
Yeah,
and we're staying in a room together right now. My wife's like, do you even know this guy? I'm like, yeah, I met him in Toronto for like 5 minutes, but I felt like I knew you already.
Oh, totally.
And then she's like, just don't get murdered. In my head, I'm like, Actually, Sean's probably one of the only people that could murder me.
Right. Big fella. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just go for the rib cage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm squishy. The same with Cam. Cam's been on the podcast twice now.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to meet him, but it's like, I think we're all the same. You know what I mean? This industry, we're all very.
I've never even had a verbal conversation with Cam.
Yeah.
And I feel like I already know him. So I'm like stoked to go like see him, like he's my buddy or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I talked to Nick quite a bit.
It just can't not like, every time I talk to Nick, it's like a 45-minute conversation.
100%. And I sometimes I stand back and I'm like, man, I talk a lot.
Yeah.
So to keep somebody on the phone for an hour, sometimes I'm like, fuck, was that me or were we did we mean to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. So nobody's buying anything today, right? It's like handshakes and kissing babies.
Yeah, just it's more of just I actually think Nick's selling his Fresco Harmony stuff.
I would.
I believe he is, but for us, like I can't just have all the tools there to sell. I have sold tools at the show before.
Yeah.
Like at the end when it's over, people will come up and buy them like from us or whatever, right? But it's not a sell show, no.
Yeah. Hopefully you're not bad. You're not mad when an 8-inch box goes missing at the end. You usually have more people come with you, eh? Or
this year, like sometimes we do. Sometimes it's just me and my brother. Sometimes it's there's a bunch more people. It just kind of I just kind of play it the way I feel it.
Yeah, totally.
And last year was kind of the first show since COVID, and this year, I don't know. I just felt like I've been busy. I didn't feel like managing a whole bunch of things. I thought we'd just go in there, get to know each other better.
Dude, it's gonna be
sometimes there's not enough one-on-one time, like stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to change it up this year.
Well, I think after hours, we've got a good group of guys anyways, right? Like it's not like you're going somewhere where no one's gonna be.
Totally.
Yeah, and we're big guys too, right? So, how many people
take up too much of the booth?
Yeah, I call her taking up real estate.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like, when I was setting up the booth yesterday, I kind of have the tables in a U shape and I'm like, I wonder if we're gonna have to break this corner off here because exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know when this is gonna come out, but I had to sit like this on the plane.
Yeah,
because there are two enormous people on either side of me, and I was the polite guy. I'm not gonna be the polite guy. I'm like, fuck it.
Were you not able to choose your seat?
So I went in to choose my seat, and the whole fucking plane was full. Every seat.
Yeah, people are jonesing to get to Vegas. Spring break. My plane was full too.
Well, they knew I was coming.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of build shows going on.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
This con expo is gonna be awesome.
Massive. It's a construction expo.
Yeah, it's like, but it's all heavy moving equipment and like not all of it, but a lot of it is like the earth movers and stuff like that. So I think they only do it every 3 years here. Because of the amount of things they have to bring in. I've heard it's anywhere from 150 to 200,000 people showing up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense because I think when you were looking at the rooms originally, they were like $1,000 a night or something. Yeah, which is nuts.
Yeah. So cool. I found this place. I mean, it worked out good.
And this is a dope place.
I know. Short walk to the Paris. It kind of feels like you're away from everything. And
I like that.
Yeah.
When the tile chick came with her husband, they went 15 minutes down away from the strip. Yeah. And they basically got this set up.
Oh, nice.
But then you got to do the back and forth. This is perfect for me. And you're not in the middle of a casino too, right?
I know.
I like that.
I took off my shirt. I was putting my shirt away and it reeked like cigarette smoke this morning, right, from the casinos. But I was watching Lydia's story, Drywall Shorty, and she got that upgraded room. That was pretty cool.
Ooh.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
So they didn't have her room ready, or they had someone else was in her room and she got upgraded. She's below Joe Biden or something like that. There's all the security there.
Out of here.
I hope he doesn't keep her awake, falling all over the place.
Right?
Thumping around.
Where the hell am I?
Yeah, Joe, get back to bed.
Yeah. Finish your IV so you can talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, liquid IV. Have you ever tried that?
No, I'm
got a whole fucking box of it.
When I've gone on trips with buddies before, we've had those people come like the day before our flight or the day of our flight home, and they like actually put the IVs in you and like you're sitting on the couch. Is that what this is?
No, it's just a drink. It just like it's electrolytes and a bunch of shit in the water.
We'll need it tomorrow for sure. Or do you take it before you drink or after?
I think it's after.
Okay.
There's enough we can do both. I'll leave you some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that pizza place was dope last night.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
I don't even know what to call that. They were like elongated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like square pizzas or rectangle pizzas.
Yeah.
They cut them with scissors.
Yeah.
I don't know what style that is, but
It
deep
was,
dish.
it was
It was
delicious.
good, man.
I think the one slice probably would have done it.
Yeah.
We got 2 each, but man,
Yeah.
they were good. They were
Yeah.
really
The hooker beside you was trying to get napkins off you. Yeah.
It's all about me. I'm like, I bet it is. I bet it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm bothering everyone, right? So I like, but you know, I'm like polite.
Yeah,
and I come and sit down, but like, there's this part of me that wants to like talk to everybody. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
here in Vegas, there's a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
making friends is like it's gonna be a different thing, I think.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's having a good time. Everybody's hammered out of their minds. So everyone wants to talk.
This is the place for it.
Yeah. And I think they're pumping that oxygen in the casinos, right? Like I couldn't, after I woke up there and we walked around, it sounded like it was easy to get back to sleep.
No.
I had to put the pizza in us and
Yeah.
get that food coma going on. But
As soon as I crank that, so every hotel room I'm in, I drop it to the bottom that it'll do. Like it's like 60 degrees or something in there. And then when you crawl into bed, once it gets cold, I can sleep. Actually, these shutters are crazy too. So
that's like, it's like blackout.
Yeah, the window behind us, it has like an actual screen that comes down.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's.
And this one's got the projector on it. That's cool.
I just saw that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. So for everybody listening, we're going to do this one now before the first. We'll probably come back after, do another half hour. So we're not going to sit down for 2 hours while we're here. We're just going to kind of utilize the time as we have it. But I think that's going to be the better way of doing it, right?
Sure.
Well, you know, pre-game, post-game, pre-game, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a good way. I think it's a good way. We'll have tons of content.
I think
kind of recap what happens at the show. I mean, that's when you're always freshest. You got coming back from the show, you kind of know what's going on. And
and stories and
totally.
Yeah, we're not trying to recap a whole 3 days in one episode kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's good, man. It's thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for coming. I was I was thinking about it. I'm like, who should I go to the show with this year? And then I was like, oh man, Sean for sure.
Yeah.
And when you said yes, I'm like, let's just do it together. Let's just do it.
It was so funny, but it was when you called, we just talked for like 10 minutes or whatever. Then you were like, oh yeah, by the way, go to Vegas.
Yeah.
You
got to warm it up. Right?
Leave with that.
It's going hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
super exciting.
I feel like every time I call you though, you're going through a drive-through for something like that. So, you ever working or you actually just
that's all I do is drive around, make videos, and fucking eat cheeseburgers.
Yeah, Tim Hortons.
Right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
it's some people just have that perfect timing. I'm in the truck, they call and I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
it's good. Are you excited to see anybody specifically
for the show here?
Kind of not your first rodeo.
Yeah, it's I feel like I know everybody here already. Like, I'm more excited for you to be able to meet everybody, and I'm excited to meet Cam. Like I said, I'd never met him before. It was nice to meet Steve from Three-Way, and I actually don't know who else is going to be here, so it'll be a surprise.
Yeah, neither do I really. So is Shorty here?
That's what I saw on her story. So she apparently her flight was delayed, but she got in, and
her podcast comes out next week.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did really good. She's super
great human being.
Great human being. I sat down with her and like, she's a fucking celebrity. Like I don't care what anybody says. Like she's I think has the biggest following in drywall across all the platforms.
Oh wow,
into the millions.
Oh really?
Yeah, with YouTube and all the other things, right? So I was like, how much time do you have? And like I was almost nervous, like you're wasting your time. And she was like, no.
Yeah,
we got time.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
I think it's a 2-part. It might be a 3-part. It was a while ago, right?
Nice.
It's I did so many of these before I got started because I don't want to feel any pressure.
Yeah, that's smart.
I was fucking way smart. Yeah, because trying to grasp at straws to find someone, and then like I also want the people that come on to be like a quality conversation.
Yeah, and I can tell from the first episode, as you're going, you're getting better. You're getting in better groove. Your audio's getting better. Yeah, I mean it takes time, right?
Totally.
Practice.
Yeah,
you got to start somewhere.
Well,
at least you just started. Most people try to perfect it, and then but you just got to fly with it sometimes.
I think once I get into like better software and that kind of stuff, like on YouTube, it's just the Brawley's Dad insignia. And I think I'm gonna go back and like do a picture of each person and like kind of like get a little bit closer to what Nick's doing. Just put a little bit of time into it.
Yeah,
I literally am going to close this. I'm going to label it as part 1, and that's what goes online.
Yeah, there's something raw about that too, though.
I like it,
not edited. Good to go.
Yeah, that's how Rogan does it. Not to say that that's my idea.
I never listened to the Rogan show. I probably like it.
It's
I've never done it.
a lot like this.
Yeah.
Where he's just sitting shooting the shit with people.
Yeah.
There's specific people, like I was telling you earlier, I'll have a hit list of like 10 or 15 talking points.
Yeah.
A lot of like, I had like a page and a half with Cam, and I don't think I talked about any of it.
Yeah, just because the conversation just flowed.
Yeah,
right? Nice.
he and I actually never talked prior. We did like a, hey, how are you? Do you not want to talk about anything? Do you want to talk about anything? And I pushed start, and it was
Nice.
like we had been friends forever.
Yeah, and then that one you just do. Oh, he's got a setup where he talks, or
He's got a full
Yeah.
setup.
because we got the 2 mics, right? But how do you do it when you're doing it over the phone like that?
Zoom. Yeah, so it kind of ends up with whatever the Gilbert taping, her like microphone for her headphones was rubbing against her sweater.
Yeah,
So like you could hear that a little bit, but it's been pretty good.
I wanted to invite them too,
Yeah.
but just because of the room situation, we couldn't get any rooms. That was the other people I wanted to invite.
I think they're in Cuba right now.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Okay. Because they're cool, man. I like the content they're putting out. I like their attitude. They're great.
So speak of the devil, there she is.
Oh.
And damn, we flew out Toronto at the same time.
Ah,
That would have been cool, man. I would
That
have
would've
bought him
been
a drink or something.
Yeah.
I like
that was another reason that I just did me and you too, is just because it was like literally could not get rooms here.
Yeah.
They were sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Well, and it's gonna be like that. And
tried to get Phil too, but he's way too cool, man.
yeah,
Prima donna.
it's because of me. He's like this
No.
crash bag.
He's replying to everything. He's like, man, I wish I was there. I'm so upset I didn't come.
He's
Yeah.
busy too, eh?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
he's got to
for
be
sure.
crushing board feet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
all the time.
and it all looks high end.
Yeah, he picks and chooses his jobs, and I guess he's got tons of jobs right now.
I
So
would, right?
Yeah.
Man, I feel bad. It's a Tig, the guy that works with him that I did Anglehead Month with.
oh, Tanon,
Yes.
another great dude.
Yeah, he came on the podcast and
Yeah, I listened to that one, the Anglehead podcast.
Yeah. I like doing that. The monthly podcast.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were doing it until it just started coming out or whatever.
I have this same with what I was saying with Nick the other day. I'm doing teach outs for Fresco and I haven't even run it by him. Like I'm like, I need to start fucking asking before.
Yeah, right? You just kind of make a statement, and I'm kind of like that too.
Yeah.
I remember my wife, when we were dating at first, a guy was like, oh, so you're dating Aaron now, hey? And she's like, I am. Whatever. And then she comes home and I'm like, or we see each other. She's like, apparently we're boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm like, are we not?
Well, yeah, right. It's all about how you feel though, too.
Totally,
Right?
man. You go out and you take what you want.
Yeah.
See what happens later.
I do that.
Yeah.
I like make plans and just do it. And then
The drive, as long as you're driven,
yeah.
you should be able to figure it out, right?
So that loyalty thing, I talked to Brad before I started doing anything with Columbia.
Okay.
And I was just like, just to let you know, this is something I'm gonna do. And then he was like, I don't give a fuck, you're gonna be good at it. And then I like dove in face
Are you
first.
talking about the podcast? Like,
No, with the tools.
oh yeah.
I was wearing his hat when I started the Brawley's Deck Construction page, and I was like messaging him, hey, do you mind if I have it online? And like I always feel like I'm, you know what I mean? Like you're overstepping everywhere. And
I see.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been an asset, especially like when I got that auto taper, I'd never used one before.
Yeah.
And I ran it and I was fighting with it, and I just texted him and I was just like, running an auto taper for the first time, and the phone rang.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
like,
he probably loved it.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like, so does your mud look like soup?
Yeah.
No. Well, that'd be your first fucking problem.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
No, he's super helpful,
Yeah.
super knowledgeable, and he's an asset for sure. Like
Yeah.
if you want to reach out to him and ask him questions, like he's an asset to have for sure.
Yeah. And he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I know him on a personal basis, right? I actually worked for him. That's how we met.
Okay. You guys both kind of live in the same area too,
We
right?
do, yeah. He's in Burlington now, which is weird. When I was married, when I was like 24 or whatever, I was on Mullen Way. And then my wife at the time would like go out our backyard to the GO station to head to Toronto.
Yeah.
His house right now is like 10 houses down from
Oh,
where
that's
that
funny.
was. It's super weird.
Yeah, random.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm so excited for today.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. We're gonna have a lot of good conversations, meet a lot of good people.
Yeah,
I'll just live vicariously through you.
perfect. Yeah, I printed like 300 business cards.
Yeah, good, man. Good. Yeah.
I like those cards, eh? Like,
Yeah, they're sweet.
yeah, they're like 60 cents a piece or something, but
Yeah,
I don't
it's a beautiful card.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Do people still do business cards anymore? I brought mine actually. I normally have brought them in the past. I'm like, I should get business cards back.
I want to kind of scoop up some interesting people for the
I
podcast
think you
here.
can. I think this is a good opportunity for you to do that. Man.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people already that I want to introduce you to, and
Yeah, okay.
that would be very interesting to have, I think, on the show.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Very good, man.
Yeah.
And I slept in this morning. The time change I thought was going to knock me out, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Like, so when I did kind of the thought process, so I was up at 4:30 yesterday, and then I was at the airport for 4 o'clock, and then when I got in here was
4 o'clock. Wasn't your flight at 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it said to
Okay.
be there for 5. I had my dad pick me up.
Yeah.
I left my truck on site,
Okay.
so hopefully it's there when I get back.
Yeah. Well, or the catalytic converter won't be there, but
That's
maybe your
okay.
truck will be there.
It's
Yeah.
in front of a Canadian Tire, so
Okay.
I'm sure they got a few.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But the airport was busy when I got on. Like, I have been in customs like that for ages. Like, all the lineups were full, and I have Nexus, so I can easily just go through all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the airport like that in years.
So because I went so early, I think I just walked right through everything.
Yeah.
And I was worried about
Oh, that's good.
the COVID thing.
That's so.
It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
When
When was the last time you flown?
Oh no, I went out west last year, but that's in Canada, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember
And
the
people weren't
last time.
flying as crazy then either. Like, there were, yeah.
No masks. It was good, man.
Yeah.
When we got to that gate, it was delayed. But the first kind of announcement that came out was like, we are chock full, and everybody would carry on. So you gotta check them for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
And I'm there with my backpack. I've got my laptop and a bunch of shit, and then I got my CPAP in that little bag.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm not fucking checking either one of these.
Yeah. Yeah.
You smash my laptop and then I can't sleep while I'm here. I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's nice. It's nice to be flying and normal and fuck. I hated flying when you had to wear masks. Yeah. When the states dropped it where you didn't have to wear the mask, I would just drive down to the States and fly all the time. Because it was like, I don't know, to each his own, right?
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
The mask thing for me was everybody else. Like I got vaccinated because of my parents.
Yeah.
My mom got kind of wound up about it.
Yeah.
And she mentioned it. I told everyone I'm not going to do it on my own accord because I don't care. Like I'm taping houses and like working by myself or with my cousin who's a paramedic. Like
Yeah.
we're all very safe. But when they got wound up, I was like, just book it.
Yeah.
Like if you book it, I'll go.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. Right. My son's in private school, so he's anything that's government, he's going to do just because.
Okay.
So yeah, I wasn't one way or the other with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody's got their own thing, right?
Yeah,
Whatever
totally.
you got to do for you or for whoever's in your life, right?
The guys in front of me on the plane got plastered.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I had a couple of people that were like, Vegas, baby, every like 10 minutes. Yeah.
when I sat down in that middle seat, the guy in front of me turned around and he was just like, I hope everyone's smaller than you. And then the first guy sat down beside me and he turned around and was like, oh. And then the next guy, and he gave me a props. He's like, I'm sorry, but I am going to put this seat back.
Oh fuck! I would never have let that happen. I would have broke that seat,
There
folded that guy in half.
was a
Stuck
lot
it
of
on the emergency door, man.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
right?
No one gets to do that. Not on a 2.5-hour flight. I mean, like you're going to Europe, something like that. I get it, but like, oh, dude, you're not putting your seat back.
Yeah, we were 4:45, something like that. Almost 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
was good though. They had movies. I brought a Nintendo Switch. I didn't even open it.
Yeah.
I downloaded 2 podcasts.
I always catch up on shows. I was watching that 1883. You ever watch that show?
No, that's the
Good show,
yellow
man.
Is it the Yellowstone?
Yeah, it's like the first one.
Yeah. So they've got a back and then a double back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I finished that off. I normally don't get time to watch shows at home. So when I go on trips like this, especially if I'm by myself, I'll just crush shows out.
Oh yeah.
Crush out half a series or something
I
like
was
that.
gonna say you got 4 or 5 hours a night. That's exactly what you're gonna
Totally, right?
Yeah.
Fall asleep, phone falls over. Yeah.
That's my thing is I'll start watching something, but then it turns into like I've got this laptop on my bed and then I fall asleep to it, but I'll wake up and I'll be fucking 10 episodes into it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the only thing I don't like. And then I gotta go back and you gotta fast forward. You're like, okay, I think I've seen this. think I remember this. And you're like, oh, I don't remember this part. I must have dozed off here, right?
You're like, no, this is the episode for sure. You get halfway through, you're like, God damn it, I have seen this.
No, I wish there was like a sleep timer on Netflix. They have it on podcasts, right? I'll say like, because I've done that before where I'll turn on I like to go to sleep to podcasts.
Yeah, spoken word, yeah.
And then but then I would be like, I'd lose all of them because it would play like every single one and my phone would be dead.
Yeah.
But now they got the sleep timer where you can say like when episode ends, shut it off.
That's brilliant.
Netflix is gonna do that.
I kind of like that about this one too, where they're in little parts. Because just for the same reason, right? If you're driving and then somebody calls you and then you forget or whatever, like you've only got about 15 minutes to the half of the episode.
Yeah.
Right. And then you just go to the next one or whatever.
Totally.
Yeah, man. We're gonna go get some breakfast.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too busy. Not like that Starbucks lineup this morning.
Holy
halfway around the corner. Yeah.
You were like, I need to have a shower. I'm like, you better go do that.
Yeah.
By the time I was back up here, you were done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy shit.
Who are you excited to see today? What are you excited about?
I'm kind of excited to see everybody. I haven't put I'm really excited to see Cam, like to meet him, shake his hand.
Yeah.
Everybody else I've kind of met before.
Yeah.
I'm excited to spend more time with everyone afterwards. But this is brand new to me. I've never been.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't think I've ever been to one. I did the stuff for Popeyes and GNC.
Yeah.
I did that the Freeman Formal Wash stuff. So it's not like outside of my understanding, but not like.
Hopefully it's not like my first trade show. I was 20 years old and we went to New Orleans and I got, you know, how it's pickpocket capital of the world. Well, I was 20. I'm stupid. I don't know that. I literally got pickpocketed in the airport after I landed and lost my license and all that stuff. And this was right after 9/11, like the kind of I think it was the year after. So you needed a passport. No, you needed ID to fly. I don't think you even needed. I didn't even have a passport at the time. But anyways, we had a great time. I was in New Orleans. They didn't seem to care that I wasn't 21. So we were going to bars. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Oh, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But then to get home, I couldn't get on the plane. So I had to take a bus from New Orleans all the way to Bellingham. My mom tried to next Bay Air me some ID. It didn't show up.
Yeah.
So my dad and brother drove me to Shreveport, put me in a bus. There's like a guy with like teardrop tattoos beside me on the bus. Perfect. And I'm like, this is cool. I'm like, and I'm sitting there with my backpack, like holding it like this.
You've already been robbed twice. And like,
I was on the bus for 64 hours driving back to Bellingham. My mom came and picked me up. My knee hurt. Like if I went on long drives and my knee would like flare up just from that. I think because it sat locked for so long.
Yeah.
You're eating like gas station food. You stop at these things. There's like the further north you got, the better the food got.
I bet.
But when you're south, it's all fried chicken and stuff like that. And then you eat that, and then you get back on the bus and you're sitting there like this. You're not showering. It was a story, that's for sure.
Totally.
Story.
When I was 18, my girlfriend at the time's sister was getting married in Vancouver, and that's what we did with the bus.
Yeah.
I spent more fucking money on food. We might as well have flown.
Yeah.
It was an experience. I enjoyed it.
But that's probably, did you guys stop and when you explore things, or were you on the bus?
No, it was a Greyhound. It was like, we're going.
Yeah.
So they would stop, I think, 3
How many hours did you say you were on it for?
3 days or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
but you were with someone and you were
totally. We had fun. Yeah. I make everything fun.
Yeah.
Smoked a joint and like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had rations. I only had my dad gave me the cash he had on him. It was like $50 or something. Like I remember the last meal was in Seattle, like just outside of Seattle. And I had enough. No, we actually stopped at a restaurant that time, and I had enough just to pay for the meal. I think I had like $14 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't give a tip, and I'm like, I felt like such a piece of shit. And I walked, but yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I mean, when I'm going places, I tip them because I know that that's kind of where their money's going. But when you have no money, you're in a better situation at that moment. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, like downstairs, I put $5 in that little cup, and then I bought my thing. But then I went to the wrong till. Like they moved me down to the next one, and I'm like, well, he didn't see that I fucking. And I tipped a second time because I didn't want to look like a dick. because I know we're going to be there tomorrow, right? So,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was worried about so I didn't have a passport. There were a bunch of steps of this where people were
Okay.
like, "Are you excited?" I'm like, "Not till my passport gets here."
Yeah.
Not till my.
Did you
flight
have a
ticket.
passport or you expired?
It expired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the 10-year?
You know what? I paid for the 5-year and they gave me 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, it's just better to get the 10, but you just don't have to think about it anymore, right?
Yeah. It's I'm such a cheap fuck.
What's the price difference?
Like $60 or something. And
Yeah.
it goes from like 120.
But think about the
to
time you're
180.
saving too.
Totally.
And you're front loading it. You got to think about inflation on that shit, right?
Right?
Yeah,
Could be 500 bucks.
exactly. By that time, yeah. If our money's even worth $500 by that time, we'll see.
We're gonna be on that government whatever they're calling it.
EI or whatever. Yeah. They'll be
Okay.
telling you everything you have to do.
Let's go get something to eat.
Sure, man.
And we will be back after the show.